Good evening. I'd like to thank you all for attending the class of 2018 Commencement. Graduates, please remain standing, and I would ask that the audience please join our graduates in standing. We will begin this evening with the National Anthem, sung by Allison Megan Carter and Mariah Danielle Williams.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you, Allison and Mariah. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Cameron Oliveira.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Cameron. Please remain standing as we take a moment of silence to remember and reflect on the lives of Christopher Desir, David Bell, Eric Sarblar, and Nicholas Joyce. Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening, Superintendent Dr. Izzy, Deputy Superintendent Mr. Ford, honorable members of the school committee, administrators, members of the faculty, proud parents and guests, and above all, the graduates of the class of 2018. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 149th Stoughton High School Commencement. Although you may have had to travel a little further this year, and our surroundings may look a whole lot different, you are in fact in the right place if you are here for Stoughton High's graduation. I want to thank Brockton Public Schools, and in particular Brockton High School, for their generosity and kindness in allowing us to utilize their space to hold our commencement. A special thank you to Mr. Michael Thomas, Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Clifford Murray, Principal, and Miss Melinda Campbell, Administrative Assistant, for all of their support in hosting our graduation this evening. Brockton embodies all the qualities of a good neighbor and good citizen. They have been extremely kind to Stoughton, not only for graduation, but over the past few weeks as well by sharing with us their staff and counselors to assist us through an extremely difficult time. They lent their support, their staff, heartfelt condolences, and shoulders to lean on. We are forever grateful. Now, to the class of 2018. A few weeks ago, I had a very different speech planned for you. One which talked about Eleanor Roosevelt and her many words of wisdom. There are many quotes that are attributed to her, which in my opinion can be collected together into what I would have called Eleanor's top 10 list of advice for a high school graduate. For example, and just to share a few, happiness is not a goal. It's a byproduct of a life well lived. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste the experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. You can often change your circumstances by changing your attitude. And the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. These are a few of her remarks that I would have woven together with my own wisdom to send you off with inspiration. Though her statements are true and still valuable today, my heart wants to speak to you instead. In today's world, we toss around the word love carelessly and often. We talk about loving donuts, the Patriots, a good book, the latest Netflix sensation, a pair of sneakers, a Facebook post. In fact, we use it so often, and for so many things, it has become almost meaningless. Oddly enough, though, we say it nearly every day, and in so many different circumstances, we struggle or hesitate to say it when we really mean it, or when we really need to, or when it really counts. Worse, we forget to show love, to live love. What I mean is we get so focused on our own stuff, how many likes we get on social media, what grade we received, how we played in a game or on a stage, how much money we make, the clothes we wear, the car we drive. And we forget to hold a door for someone behind us, or to stop gossip instead of spread it, or don't think to invite the individual who sits alone to sit with us. Admittedly, all small gestures, but they are gestures that can all show love. So today, on June 7th, Stoughton High School's graduation day, this is my message to you, the class of 2018. Tell the people who matter to you that you love them. Do it today. Don't wait. And every day, show love to all those around you. Hold doors. Speak kindly. Forgive. Call home just because. Be positive. Live love. Really live it. Though the words of Eleanor Roosevelt are still good advice, even today, what the past weeks have really shown me and this entire community is that the most important thing, the thing that has the greatest impact on our lives and the lives of those around us, is love. And because I believe it's important to live your own advice, class of 2018, I love you. Stoughton High School loves you. You are a treasured part of us. It has been my distinct pleasure to have walked this part of your journey with you. And now is the time we encourage you to step out boldly into your future and eagerly await to hear of your forward steps. Congratulations. It is my pleasure to introduce President of the senior class, Andrew Robert Crean.
Thank you. Good afternoon. First and foremost, I would like to thank those in attendance today: Superintendent Dr. Izzy, Deputy Superintendent Mr. Ford, honorable members of the school committee, administrators, members of the faculty, parents, guests, graduates of 2018. My mother, Debbie Hickey, like I told you every night, I love you to the moon and stars. To my two sisters, Ashlyn and Amanda, thank you for always being there for me. And to the rest of my family here today, thank you so much for all you do. It was not an easy feat, seniors, but we've made it to graduation day. I have to be honest, for the past couple of weeks, I have not felt the excitement that I had always anticipated to feel once graduation rolled around the corner. It's really been a mix of emotions, but I think in the end, ultimately fear and excitement are balancing each other out to a point where I just end up somewhere in the middle. But I cannot help but feel sad leaving this huge chapter of my life behind me. It almost feels as if the memories and friendships I have made end once I walk across this stage and move on to the next chapter of my life. But this isn't the only thing that's changing for me. For the past few weeks, I have been getting prepared to move out of my childhood home. But not just the big move to college that we're all preparing for. My family is also moving to Taunton. When I heard this news from my mom, I was crushed. I've only ever lived at 984 Washington Street, right next to a gas station, steps away from Meads Meadow, and seconds from Town Spa. But my 18 years in this house seem short in comparison to my mom's 30 years. The home of every one of her children, her first home of her own, it really is crazy to think about leaving this place. Yet this move has taught me a huge lesson. For the past weeks, I've been making boxes of all my belongings. Literally my whole lifetime, my mother's whole lifetime, my sister's whole lifetime in cardboard boxes. Some of these things have no meaning to me. I have boxes of clothes, shoes, my bedspread. Any of these things could be lost and replaced, and I wouldn't even care in the least and probably wouldn't even notice. But I quickly learned some of the boxes had more meaning. The boxes of artwork from kindergarten to 8th grade, my Johns Collins writing folders, photo albums from the past 18 years and beyond, birthday presents, letters, gifts from lost loved ones. The list goes on. All of these things are being packed up and brought with me. And when I look at my empty bedroom, I realize that it's not the walls of my house that hold the memories. It was all things that I could carry on to a new place. So at this point, I'm pretty sure it's clear where I'm going with this. But I really do think this applies even more to high school than it does to my house, because Stoughton High School as we know it is going to cease to exist in 2 short years. You won't be able to take a walk up to your favorite teacher's classroom, see the familiar faces painted on the cafeteria walls, creak up to A4th, or walk onto the auditorium stage ever again. For all you athletes, you'll never be able to step foot on the fields that you once did ever again. It's going to be our job to pack up our favorite memories with us and hold on to them tight as we grow up. So some of my boxes will include prom night, when Jackie Evangelista jumped down, in a prom dress, of course, onto the dance floor to do the worm. My 4 spring choir concerts with Mr. Nicholson Man, where I got to sing Bridge Over Troubled Water through teary eyes with the seniors for the last time. Spirit Wall meetings and all of their crazy stories, like when we needed a word that began with the letter Y, and Lindsay was quick on her feet with wacky. The many marching band competitions I got to go to with Mr. Mange and my band friends, some of which, like Izzy and Tess, are my closest. The Step Up to Excellence family I've been blessed with for the past 3 years, with a special thanks to Mrs. Regan and Miss Ingreo. I love you guys so much. So even once our high school walls become dust, these memories will be clear in my mind, and I can carry them with me wherever I end up, whether it be Massachusetts, Ohio, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Virginia, or Florida, just to name a few places us graduates are headed. So maybe we cannot take a 50-year reunion tour through our high school where we once took classes in and have a rush of memories from seeing our home for the past 4 years. But that does not mean these memories have to leave when we leave SHS. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors and cannot wait to see what the class of 2018 is capable of. Go Black Knights.
Thank you, Andrew. At this time, I would like to introduce the class of 2018 valedictorian, Jael Raf Toussaint.
Good evening, everyone. Class of 2018, we made it! It's been a long 4 years, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready. So ready that I'll do my best to keep this brief. When I sat down to write this speech last week, I was immediately aware that this was going to be my biggest challenge yet. I sought advice and was told two things: be authentic and be funny. Since I'm socially awkward, funny just isn't going to work. So authenticity it is. Stoughton High has been good to me. In fact, the town of Stoughton has been great to me. It was in Stoughton where I cultivated friendships. Thank you to the drama department for being a safe place where being weird was celebrated. Thank you to Michael Maffeo for going through the awkward stages with me, through the O'Donnell Middle School and beyond. Because, let's face it, we're probably going to still be awkward after this. Thank you to Allison Carter, Megan Heffernan, Gina Foley, and Isabel Solom. We embraced each other's quirkiness, and it was fun. And a special shout out to Sarah Widrow. She wasn't in drama, but she gets me. It was at the Stoughton Youth Commission where I really started to get involved with volunteering. It was in Stoughton where I had my first great burrito. Shout out to Rob at Roxanne's. It was Stoughton where I got my first employment opportunity. It was Stoughton that provided me a safe space to hone my leadership skills through the Stoughton Leadership Institute and the National Honor Society. It was Stoughton where I met my sweetheart. Amari Harrison. In Stoughton, at the O'Donnell Middle School, is where I first fell in love with math, thanks to Mr. Pruden. It was Stoughton where I also felt the faculty wanted us to succeed. Thank you to the one and only Sassinator and Mr. Bollier for helping me realize my passion in the sciences. Thank you to Ms. Ruscioni for helping me develop my writing skills. Thank you to Mr. Donovan, Mr. Law, Mr. Gallivan, and Scanlita for making advanced topics fun to learn. Okay. Thank you to Mr. Gorman for making units more interesting by connecting them to social issues. And thank you to Ms. Meyer for always supporting me throughout the past 4 years. Although I had some amazing experiences in Stoughton, it doesn't mean we were without controversies. Like many other cities, we were not exempt from the residual effects of our social environment. We had division that appeared through racial tension and feminism. And rather than discuss those issues, we settled on ignorance. It wasn't until we experienced tragedy on May 19th that we became unified. We lost 4 amazing Black men way too soon: Christopher Desir, Eric Sarbla, Nicholas Joyce, and David Bell. The loss of our knights unified Stoughton in a way that I haven't seen in a long time, where it didn't matter what race, gender, sexual orientation, religious, or political beliefs you identified with, everyone mourned the same. From signing chairs to raising thousands of dollars to support the families, the unity that came from that traumatic event tells me at our very core lies compassion. Class of 2018, I say to you, let us keep that same energy. While we may not have to agree on everything, let us be mindful of our words. Let us articulate our differences in a healthy space, and let us be that generation that can have those difficult conversations. Therefore, here are the takeaways. The first is, let us embrace our differences. Be different because it empowers you, not because it causes controversy. Second, it is up to the community to support diversity for it to flourish. Thus, encourage everyone's creativity. Utilize the unique talents that everyone brings to the table. Lastly, as a diverse community, we open the gates to produce more dynamic leaders. With these influential leaders, we create a society of great change. And our very audience are the next future doctors, lawyers, lawmakers, ministers, and entrepreneurs. However, it is only by appreciating our differences that we can truly empower such innovation. Remember that from this point on, we are living in a time of change. For as a scholar once said, people say to you, "You've changed," or something like that. Well, I hope for the sake of God that you have changed. Because I don't want to be the same person all my life. I want to be growing. I want to be expanding. I want to be changing. Because animate things change. Inanimate things don't change. Dead things don't change. And the heart should be alive. It should be changing. It should be moving. It should be growing. Its knowledge should be expanding. So, class of 2018, let us grow. We know now more than ever that tomorrow is not promised, and that is the gag. But my hope for you is that you seize every opportunity that presents itself. And on the days that you fall short, in the words of LeBron James, be better tomorrow. The real world begins now. Let's make moves. Who's with me?
Thank you, Jael. Please join me in welcoming Miss Molly Cochran, Stoughton School Committee Chair.
Thank you. Good evening, students, parents, and families. Dr. Rizzi, Ms. Miller, Mr. Ford, fellow members of the school committee, and all the teachers and staff and administrators who have joined us for this important occasion. It's my privilege to address this amazing group of students today. These have been somber weeks at Stoughton High School while we reflect on our loss. At the same time, we should savor this long-awaited day of celebration and make notice of the honor that is due to each of you. It is no small thing to be awarded a high school diploma in Massachusetts. We are the leading state for education in the United States and one of the highest achieving educational systems in the world. Some of you had a straightforward path. Some of you had obstacles and challenges, but you all made it, and each and every teacher and administrator is so happy that you did. Given your achievement and given the rigorous education that you've completed, I hope you all go into the world feeling strong and confident and empowered. You are not only career and college ready, as they say, but you're also ready to set forth and take your place in our democracy as voting citizens. You have developed critical thinking skills, the power to reason, and engaged in evidence-based decision-making, qualities that are key to our democracy. You have learned, I hope, to discern the difference between internet rumor and fact-based journalism. You value truth, and you respect science. In this high school, you've learned to grow and thrive in a diverse environment where students of many different backgrounds and cultures come together. You've learned to appreciate and not be frightened of difference. You have open minds and open hearts. And in these last weeks, you've learned the meaning of community and of how strong and precious the bonds are that students forge with each other as classmates and as teammates. As you move on from Stoughton High School, I hope that everyone appreciating how education is empowering and enriching also realizes that honestly, you're just at the beginning of your educational journey. No matter what formal schooling you may pursue, you have the tools, you have the wherewithal to continuously broaden your horizons, develop your intellect, and build on this fine educational foundation that you've been provided. As you continue your lifelong learning, I hope that you will think about revisiting some of those areas of learning that maybe didn't capture your attention when you were 17 or 18. Life experience and the passage of time will make a difference. As an adult, I urge you to explore on your own some of the great authors, to venture into poetry, to pick up a biography or a history book. As your perspective on life changes, you may find that literature, that the arts, that learning in many fields can inspire and sustain you, can connect you to the past and connect you to others who have lived through this human experience. As you get down to work in the next chapter of your lives, please remember that you are full of immeasurable talent and promise and potential. I have great expectations and great hopes for you. On behalf of the Stoughton School Committee, I wish each and every one of you peace and happiness and fulfillment. Thank you for being part of our community and for making Stoughton proud.
Thank you, Ms. Cochran. At this time, I would like to invite Alexandra Maria Soto, President of the Student Council, to deliver the school message.
Good afternoon, Superintendent Dr. Rizzi, Deputy Superintendent Mr. Ford, school committee members, Ms. Miller, administration and faculty, friends and family, and last but not least, the graduating class of 2018. I was called up here today to deliver our school's message, but before I do anything, there are definitely a few people that I need to thank. On behalf of Stoughton High School, I would like to thank Brockton High School for hosting us today. And Mom, even though we fight sometimes, I know you always have my best interest at heart, and I'm not going to say any more because I don't want you to cry, but thank you. Matthew, it's crazy to think about how we used to hate each other, and yes, we did not get along. But I'm glad to have someone like you now, who I know will forever be my best friend, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. Zachary, thanks for teaching me that it's okay to be a little weird sometimes. And thank you for always letting me put you on my Snapchat story, because you know if you're being yourself, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, and that's a lesson anyone can learn. My cousin Jen, who I call Wawa, who came all the way from Florida today, thanks for being such a big role model to me growing up. With both of us not having any sisters, it was okay because you've always been like a sister to me. And to the rest of my family, I can't list you all, and I know I'll get in trouble for this later. I love you all in circles, because circles never end, and thank you for shaping me into the person I am today. And finally, to all my friends, old friends, new friends, all my out-of-town friends, I consider you all like family. I hope you know I would drop anything at any time for any one of you. Next year, don't forget about me or each other. We've truly made some horrifying, but mostly amazing memories with each other that I'll never forget. And I'm sure I'll see you all at Vendela's on our first school break. But now back onto our school's message. What really is our school's message? You might be thinking it's the mission statement of our school, but our message is a lot different. It's a thing that other people think about when they think about Stoughton High School. It's a message that when you look back on your high school days, it's what you'll remember everyone saying, and it's pretty much engraved in the back of your head. And that message is once a night, always a night. One day soon, you'll be packing up what feels like 18 years of your life into boxes and hugging your parents goodbye, and your next stage of your life begins. But with all the change you will be facing in your near future, some things will never change. You'll always be a knight, and you should be proud of that. This year, I found out that I wouldn't be returning to the place I love most in this world, my summer camp. This was one of the biggest and hardest changes I've ever had to go through, and that's why I'm telling you about it today. For the people who don't know me as well, I really loved my camp. I was devastated, but going back this summer wasn't an option, and there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. But then after many tears and many sad John Mayer songs, I finally realized that camp had given me more than I can ever imagine, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without it. So I decided, why dwell on not getting accepted when I now have an entire summer to spend in the town that I grew up in with some amazing friends that I know will make this the best summer yet. All of us have experienced some kind of change like that, and we've all had to overcome some sort of obstacle in our life. But to whatever extent that change may be, or may have been, one thing stands true across the board, and I only figured this out after finding out camp. The one thing that you have 100% control over when going through a big change is yourself. Not everything will work out the way you want it to, but the attitude that you have towards the change will shape the way that you grow. But change doesn't always need to be scary, and we've all gone through some pretty interesting changes together. I mean, honestly, who would have ever thought Lisa Romanowskis would not only win the Best Rapper superlative, but then start spitting fire at Oscar night? Or how Andrew Schlehuber's dad would become a reality TV star, shout out to BB Kevin. or how the vote for the new school would pass, even though we don't get to experience it, and that we would ever make it to graduation. So class of 2018, I challenge you all to go into the change you will face next year with a positive mindset and look on the bright side, even in sticky situations. Let the fear turn into growth, and always remember that you will always have Stoughton as a place to come back to for support, because once a night, always a night. Parents, I challenge you all to let your children figure out their change, but don't hold them back, even if you do miss them. And teachers, I just challenge you all not to miss us too much. I'll leave you all with a quote by the one and only Post Malone that I've thought fit this occasion perfectly. Congratulations. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Alex. It is my honor to introduce Superintendent Dr. Marguerite Rizzi for the presentation of the diplomas.
Good evening. Graduating seniors, honored guests, parents, relatives, faculty, friends, welcome to the commencement exercises of 2018. The members of the class of 2018 have been accepted into 114 colleges and universities all over the United States. 195 students, representing 77% of the student body, plan to continue on to post-secondary education. 61% will be going to four-year colleges, 16% to two-year colleges, and 3% to technical schools. 5 students are entering the military. One to the Air Force, one to the Navy, one to the Marines, one to the Army, one to the Coast Guard, so covering all the services. We thank you for your choice of service. Some of our graduates are still undecided, and others will be entering the world of work. The town of Stoughton and the Friends of Stoughton Schools have continued to show their support by providing over $162,000 in scholarship money. In addition to this, millions of dollars have been offered to our students in the form of financial aid. $6,456,200 was offered to our students by the 114 colleges and universities that accepted them. I would like to thank all of your parents and family members, as well as your pre-K through 12th grade teachers, principals, and school staff members for their individual contributions to your preparation for this next stage in your lives. Each and every one of you is deeply loved by your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, your friends, your teachers, your administrators, many different people. With all that love comes responsibility. When someone loves you, they have invested in you their hopes and their dreams. Love is a precious thing, so do not take it for granted, disregard it, or fail to recognize its importance. Those who love you want you to succeed, to be happy, and to grow into wise, kind, loving, and successful adults. They expect to celebrate this milestone with you and all of the other milestones to come. Maybe your college graduation, your first job or promotion, your various successes, maybe your marriage, and even perhaps the birth of children. So no matter what you're doing or where you go from this place, do not forget that you are loved. Every day you make choices, maybe thousands of them. Some are very minor. What shirt to wear, for instance, isn't usually a big deal. But some are very important, and they can come up on you without you realizing or paying attention. So pay attention. And think of how those choices may affect the ones who love you, and that thought will help you make the right choice. And every day, appreciate the ones who love you. You can thank them with hugs or by telling them, and perhaps by your actions, which in the end mean more than words. And remember that you will always be welcome to come back and visit us, and that we all love you very, very much. And now, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present to the Stoughton School Committee, for the purpose of awarding diplomas, the class of 2018. Ready? We're good to go?
Yes. Just trying to figure it out.
Alexander Fonseca. Alexandra Ace. Antonio Pedro Amato. Michael Anthony Anderson. Leandra Monique Andrade. Sebastian Rene Andre. Cameron Joseph J. Andrews. Taylor Andrew Atkinson. Julia Henry Awad. Alexis Deborah Ayochuk. Marissa Amber Baker. Janet Edwina Bangora. Anija Maria de Sousa Barros. Colin Mitchell Benzakine. Tristan Leroy Berry. Lauren Grace Bertoletti. Harrison Andrew Bowen. Sierra Nicole Bridges. John Patrick Brown.
Thank you.
Rendy Maya Brown. Tommy Bowie. Desiree Diamond Ballard. Anthony Maximilian Burke. Haley Noel Bushlow. Sophia Kiara Khaleesi. Rachel Eileen Call. Leah Marie Campanario. Amaya Colette Ayana Campbell. Brendan Andrew Campbell. Gina Marie Carafa. Oh. Heather Marie Cardella. Matthew Jardim Cardoso. Ready? Yep. Lindsay Susan Carlo. Madison Ann Carnes. Caitlin Rose Carrero. Allison Megan Carter. Olivia Beatrice Castengay. Chelsea Ciara Caesar. Elena Derica Serenity Charles. Eliza Ching Chu. Alexander Richard Cicchetti. Joshua Seth Cohen. Yasiera Liz Colon. Nicholas Joseph Camo. Mitchell James Connaughton. Daniel James Cook. Andrew Robert Crean. Christopher James Daly. Amanda Marie De Silva. Gina Olivia De Baradinas. Madison Rose De Grande. Gianna Francis De Napoli. Cassandra Darius. Jeanette George Dujani. Joffney Derolis. Ronald DeSorsis. Emily Rose DeTore. Deontay DeGuan Divers. Marcio Gomes Lopes dos Santos Montero. Lucas Oliveira Dutra. William Thomas Eckhart. Jacqueline Marie Evangelista. Victoria Marie Fallon. Cassandra Elaine Faria. Paul Joseph Feeney. Debbie Love Ferrand. Sarah Olivia Frazocco. Elizabeth Rachel Finer. Gregory Michelle Furman. Nicholas Leo Flannery. Lindsay Florestal. Gina Rose Foley. Megan Marie Foley. Quincy Ryan Francois.
Congratulations. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Alex J. Frank.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Christina Morgan Fraser. Carl Mitchell Frederick. J.C. Souza Freitas. Nicholas Joseph Gilman. Alik Gomes. Xavier Ty Gomes. Ruben Gonzalez Torres. Courtney Noel Gray. Maya Lee Green. Phil Raphael Gosenov. Matthew Alfred Hadley. Emma Osenda Harrington. Christian Allen Harris. Derek Anthony Harris. Sawyer Jean Harris. Amari Rosa Harrison. Matthew Jacob Hartman. Megan Roberta Heffernan. Kyle Patrick Herr. Jonathan Max Hoffman. Zachary James Hoffman. Catherine Rose Howe. Carly Elizabeth Hudson. Mackenzie Marie Hudson. Serena Ann Hutchinson. Tarantini Hippolyte. Abdallah Chowki Jahed. Matthew Dylan Jardim. Connor William Johnson. Tiana Johnson. John Francis Jolly. Tiffany Shanice Jones. Giovanni Isaiah Joseph. Jason Rodney Joseph. Joshua Joseph. Carmina Inai Dursey Julian. Zane Kamal Juma. Brittany Elizabeth Kaplan. Elizabeth Marie Cashin.
Thank you.
Thomas Christian Cast. Tiana Jocelyn Keeney. Carolyn Rose Kelly. Timothy Andrew Kellogg. Trisania Bianca Kerr. Michelle Kate. Amari Kenroy Kinch. Matthew Colts? No? No Matthew Colts?
No.
Claudia Isabella Korzequa. Sebastian Dominic Korzequa. Filbert Dennis Lafond. Richie Laguerre. Shayna Laguerre. Fat Min Huang Lai. Cassie Marie Lamb. Terry Marvin LaPomered. Shira Giselle Lawrence. Deandra Salika Lee. Taylor Ingrid Levine. Rolisha Lewis. Justin Cam Lai. Michael Vincent Maffio. Talik Dante Man Aristide. Shelby Serena Marcellus. Kaylee Ann Marinelli. Alora Giovanni Spinola Marquez. Amanda Marie Martin. Sarah Maria Ishwari Martin. Hannah Ingrid McCarthy. Amanda Helen McGillicuddy. Chiwat William McLaughlin. Ryan Patrick McSweeney. Jonathan Michael Medina. Haven Marie Mello. Tyler Andrew Mello. Bobby Storm Mendez. Jacob Dwee Mendonca. Catherine Elizabeth Menace. Amanda Taylor Marola. Albert Noah Alcindor Michelle. Krista Nicole McKenzie. Molly Josephine Moses. Jordan Kiara Motley. Shannon Lee Murphy. Nicholas Ryan Murphy Santos. Daniel Munir Nakili. Cameron Sven Nelson. Andy Nguyen. Jean Van Nguyen. Melina Kim Nguyen. Edmund Patrick O'Donoghue. Anna Catherine Limby O'Neill. Ngozi Inajima Okiki. Kristen Marie Olden. Julia Oliveira Silva. Cameron Maya Oliveira. Omatalani Olaanapikun Arifo. Sonia Singh Pabla. Christian Anthony Pacheco. Evan James Pagliuca. Anna Elizabeth Panesi. Joseph Sabino Papagno. Krish Raj Patel. Brian Dennis Peoples. Colin Charles Perry. Serena Angela Perry. Truong Not Fun. Stevens Ryan Fellamon. Marjorie Marie Pierce. Isabelle Fernanda Pimenta. Melanie Marie Pitts. Sureshri Pakarel. Darius Joseph Palilio. Griffin Richard Pratt.
Guys, guess what? I wore my ID.
Tyler James Puliafico. Lisa Corrine Ramanauskas. Victoria Belen Alves Ramos. Pushpal Regmi. Noah Christopher Rideout. Dion Evan Robbins. João Vitor Roca. Justin Lee Roderick. Matthew Eric Rodriguez. Rihanna Lucinda Rodriguez. Vandella Clarina Rogers. No, Daniel. Daniel Jesse Rohrer. Rebecca Ashley Rowan. Wendy Christine Fonseca Salemi. Colin Peter Sanda. Luciana Samir Sarkis. Ahab Marzouk Soreres. Clarence Oliver Sainon. Joshua Pedro Samuel. Ryan Stephen Semler. Dimitri Shumkin. Nicole Doreen Sigrist. Alexander Reynold Shoquist. Thomas George Smith. Madison Josephine Smith McMahon. Isabel Ann Ursabia Solom. Alexandra Maria Soto. Darren Oliveira Sousa. Emerson Rose Sprague. James Edward Sprisler. Kyle Joseph Stearns. Jasmine Katerina Storyanovich. Haley Emerson Stone. Kaylee Sullivan. Claudia Leon Hortensia Tam. Benicia Janeda Tavares Dos Anjos. James Taylor Tellier. Schubert Allen Theodat. Brendan Scott Thornton. Jael Ralph Toussaint. Michael Richard Tracy. Stephen Tuan Tron. Victoria Ann Tucker. Claude Leonard Vallon. Vladislav Mikhailovich Visalets. I just wanted to say it. Danya Aileen Brigham Veracruz. Brian Joseph Walsh. Valerie Elizabeth Whalen. Teresa Marie Whitberg. Sarah Ann Widrow. Brianna Nicole Williams. Joseph Charles Paul Williams. Mariah Danielle Williams. Jacob Alston Wilson. Cullen Paul Winskowitz. Got it? Ashley Renee Yanoff.
One of the last things you will do together as a class, please move your tassels from right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2018. Will the faculty please stand and prepare for our student recessional? I would ask the parents and guests to remain in your seats until all the graduates have filed out. And for one final time, the class of 2018, please look to your marshals. You are going to recess out now.